right, gentlemen, take a smile. What are those working? Maybe at the doctor and doctor it up a little bit. I can do Brad Pitt, I can do. I'll do Tom Cruise if you don't mind.
We are now live from Ed Camp, New Jersey.
Hey.
Hey.
How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you.
This music's going on the internet, FYI. We don't need to watch that.
Remember those wonderful holiday memories? Making a wish lists of all the presents you see, searching high and low to find, tossing and turning all night in anticipation. Those memories can be a reality again.
Right here. Paula. Where's Paula? Paula Noggle.
The big thing here.
Pizza's here. Relax.
The big thing here.
Oh my God. Sharon, where, is one of them with the clams on it again? Special shout out to Sharon for bringing pizza. We are live, by the way, so that just got shouted out to the internet. Why don't we? I think we'll pick this all up. Or what you like holding it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, do we want to start talking? Because we're also live right now, so people are watching. We have 8 viewers ready. I'm gonna send We love you, Sharon.
Hi.
I brought my book day. I want to sign.
Do you really want to do that? Decreases the value of the book if you have Brad Curry signing it.
All right, guys, welcome. We are live on SatChat. It is 7:30 in the morning. You can join us on Twitter, and we are also on a Google Hangout here, and we're ready to go with lots of guests. And ultimately, we are going to have a huge announcement from Ed Camp USA towards the end of the chat. So hold on, it's going to be big news. So welcome here and joining us at Ed Camp, New Jersey.
Hello, everybody. I'm Brad Curry. Welcome to SatChat Live from Ed Camp, New Jersey. This is our third Ed Camp, New Jersey and SatChat Live. We thank everybody for coming out bright and early. This is a pretty nice crowd, and people will be strolling in as we get closer to the start of Ed Camp, New Jersey. Again, I'm Brad Curry with Scott Rocco. Billy, how's it going, buddy?
It's going great. We got 700 people registered for today's event.
All human beings?
All human beings.
All right, so hopefully we can get 400 or 500 people here at Ed Camp, New Jersey. Right now you can follow us on Twitter using the hashtag SatChat. And today's topic is the power of Ed Camps. A very timely and relevant topic being that we're here at Ed Camp, New Jersey. So please make sure to introduce yourself on Twitter, where you're from, what you do, all that good stuff. You can find us every Saturday morning on Twitter using the hashtag SatChat. Today we have a star-studded lineup in terms of guests sitting in with us on SatChat Live. We have Paula Noggle, Sandra Paul, Melissa Butler, Alyssa Malaspina, Kevin Jarrett, Hadley Ferguson, Spike Cook, Steve Santilli, and a special mystery guest who will join us at the top of the hour.
And I heard Kevin and Hadley have a very large and important announcement today.
Yes, it's very large. Huge. All right, so we're going to get started here in a moment with our first guest. We have a few more minutes. Again, you can check in on SatChat, hashtag SatChat on Twitter. Today's topic is EdCamp New Jersey. For me personally, this is my second or third EdCamp this year. I know the three of us were down at EdCamp Leadership down in Philadelphia this past summer, and I'm trying to think off the top of my head if I was at Pat Camp was a phenomenal experience. If you are an iPad enthusiast, I strongly encourage you to check out Pat Camp in South Jersey, and also Parent Camp. So yeah, 4 Ed camps this past year, and they've all been tremendous.
A couple of things going on Twitter. If you're following or if you're not following, we have educators from all over the United States. We have some people from Michigan. We have somebody from Frankfurt, Germany. Obviously, a lot of people in the room today: Ohio, Wisconsin, California, South Jersey, which I guess is claiming to be its own state at this point.
Yes.
So putting that out there. All over the United States and all over the world, we have SatChat participants. Joining us today, Alabama. So take a look. Who's joining us? Expand your PLN. That's the beauty of having these conversations. You can match up with people that you don't normally get an opportunity to meet, and they can be part of your PLN, which will expand your learning. So introduce yourself and enjoy the conversation.
So Billy, before we get started here and bring on our first guest, you are one of the organizers of EdCamp New Jersey. Just tell us a little about what goes into organizing this and how it's all come about for today.
A lot of work and dedication goes into organizing an EdCamp. It's one of the greatest experiences. We have a team of over 25 people who are not only teachers, they're college students and administrators, and we work together year-round to start planning for EdCamp. And there's a lot of emails going back and forth, a lot of logistics, a lot of planning, who's going to get the bagels, the 300 and something bagels that we have, ordering enough pizza for everybody, getting water, setting up, session boards getting created right now by several educators over there. Shout out to Bruce for helping with that. We have great people like Jeff Bradbury who helped get the school going because he works in the school district, so he's able to do that communication. So it's a lot of communication back and forth between several different groups.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And we're going to bring on our first guest here. She's traveled from very far away, from the great state of Louisiana, New Orleans, the great Paula Nagel. Paula, come on out. We actually paid people to scream. It sounds more than it actually is. Paula, how's it going?
It is going just fantastically well. I am so excited to be here from Louisiana for EdCamp New Jersey and SatChat Live this morning. Thanks to my wonderful host, Billy Krakauer, and his lovely wife, Jen.
I don't know how wonderful Billy is.
my
Jen,
wife's definitely wonderful.
You'll agree with Jen, right?
Yes.
But anyhow, as a founder and an organizer of what used to be EdCamp Louisiana and has now had a name change to EdCamp NOLA.
Nice.
I'm very excited to be a part of the EdCamp movement. And this year, this is my 4th EdCamp, I believe. I did EdCamp Baton Rouge, EdCamp NOLA, EdCamp Online, and then I'm here for EdCamp New Jersey. And one of the things that's so wonderful about it is the fact that it's a grassroots movement. It's PD for educators, put on by educators, free of charge, and they get to learn all sorts of wonderful things, become connected educators, and just keep going.
That's awesome, Paula, and I thank you for joining us here for about 5 minutes. We're going to bring on guests every 5 minutes this morning, people from all walks of life, different states, and all sorts of things. That's the great thing about EdCamps, is that you get to connect with people that you know from Twitter. Paul, we just tweeted out the first question, which basically asks people to share the different EdCamps they've attended over the years. Besides, EdCamp New Jersey, EdCamp NOLA, what are some ed camps that you've attended or are interested in attending or know about and the impact they've had?
Most of the ones that I get to attend, I have to do virtually by following their hashtag. I've been part of Ed Camp OC, Ed Camp, what's the one in Florida that I love to attend? I get so confused because there's such wonderful ones online, but Ed Camp Home,
Yeah.
I have signed up for Ed Camp Magic, which is happening in Orlando this summer.
I have to attend that one.
So, yeah, we need to plug that one. It's going to be a wonderful time, I'm sure. June the 6th, I believe, sometime like that.
June 6th. And I believe they're doing like a whole weekend
Yes,
at
they
Disney.
Have, right. They have a whole great plan for it to go at Disney World, so I'm excited about that. But even the ones you can do virtually online, I have learned so much through those. So Ed Camp Home, Ed Camp, what's the other one called?
Online, no.
Online, Home Live. But anyhow, just keep on Twitters and keep on, your social networks, and you'll hear about them. But everyone that I can get to in a virtual way, I do. A lot of the ed camps now stream something. They might have one room where they can stream sessions out of, and so you actually get to sit at home in the comfort of your own home in your PJs, and sometimes attend an ed camp virtually. So check out your social media networks and see what's going on.
So Paula, I know me and you are connected and we do a lot of projects together. You want to share with everybody else here what you do?
Okay. I am a 4th grade teacher from New Orleans, Louisiana. I have taught math and science in the past. This year, due to some rearranging that's going on in our school, I'm teaching ELA and social studies. So that's been quite a switch for me, but I love it. We're a Common Core state. We're a park state, so we're going through a lot of the growing pains that a lot of other educators are seeing. And I am an innovative educator within my district. I've been using Skype since 2009, Google Hangouts. As soon as they came out, Billy and I got online together and kind of walked each other through how to do Google Hangouts, and we've been using them ever since. And then right now, he and I and another great friend of ours are in a major collaboration. Are you breaking that news?
Yes. We're happy to announce that Paula, me, and Jerry Blumengarner will be writing a book that will be coming out late spring, early summer. It's going to be called Connecting Your Classroom to the World.
Nice.
So we're excited. We're in the process of working on that. And what's really fun about being a connected educator is here I am. I live in Louisiana. Jerry's in Florida, Billy's in New Jersey, and yet we have done things together over the last several years since I met Bill at ISTE in Philly in 2011 and taught him about Twitter and 4th Chat, and I have watched his career expand, and I'm just so thrilled to be a part of that. And now here we are collaborating on a book together.
Paula, since 2009, you've been doing a lot of these Skypes in the classroom and integrating technology into lessons. How has it changed since 2009? How has it changed for the teacher, and how has it changed for the student?
We have more technology available. I can honestly tell you the first Skype call I ever did was a little scary because it was very sketchy. It was very glitchy. We dropped the call probably 3 to 4 times and had to reconnect. But each time we did it, we got a little better at it. I talked to my IT department. My buddy class was in Kansas, and she talked to her IT department, and they kind of gave us almost a dedicated part of the Wi-Fi when we would do our projects, so it got better. And then once Google Hangout came along, nothing against Skype, but I just find Google Hangouts a little bit easier to use and a little bit more reliable for us. So unfortunately, some schools have one or the other blocked, so it's nice to be on both. That way you have a choice now as to what you can do. So how else has it changed? I now can find people to connect with a lot more quickly than I could before. In the past, it was like, I want to do something with somebody via video conference and I can't find anybody. Now, thanks to Twitter, Google Plus communities, Skype in the Classroom's website, there are so many ways to find people to connect to.
All right, Paul, as we wind down here and we bring on our next guest, How has being a connected educator changed your personal and professional life?
Okay. When I got connected, New Year's resolution that I was going to start a PLN, which I have to laugh every time I say that because PLN is also my initials. But I said I'm going to build this PLN, and I went through Sue Waters' wiki. Sue Waters had a wiki called Build Your Own PLN, and I followed all her steps, and I did everything she said. And I remembered it was like having a baby. You have this inception, and then you watch it grow, and then it takes off, and it keeps growing and maturing. And so since 2009 and becoming connected, I now have best practices in my classroom. I'd already been teaching 30 years by the time I became a connected educator. This is year 39 for me. So, and it's what reignited my passion for education. I was walking out of the classroom. I was retiring. I was done. I had put my 30 years in and I was walking away. And all of a sudden I learned about all this integration of tech, becoming connected, all of the fun projects you can do online. And I went, wait, I want to be a part of that. I want to learn about that. I want to experience that. So that's what's kept me young and back in the classroom.
Awesome. We thank you for joining us here for a few moments, Paula. Always great to have people from the great state of Louisiana join Sat Chat Live and join EdCamp New Jersey. Look forward to connecting with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
sweetie.
Paula.
Love you. Thank
You too,
Bye,
Paula.
Scott. Thanks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sat Chat Live here at EdCamp New Jersey. I'm Brad Curry along with Scott Rocco and Billy Krakauer. We are discussing the power of EdCamps, and we are going to now bring up our next guests, a great educator from the state of New Jersey and a 2014 BAMI Award winner, Sandra Paul. Come on, get down here. What's the matter with you?
Wait,
Don't hurt yourself.
Sandy, are you really registered for this event?
Sorry.
How you doing today, Sandy? You're
Doing great.
You have the privilege of working with us on planning this. So tell us your side of the whole planning of going into EdCamp.
My side of planning here is primarily like the technical end. So because of that, trying to make sure that there's enough extension cords, surge protectors, the data is working, that type of thing. Just to let you know, it takes a whole year to plan this EdCamp thing, and Billy is absolutely awesome because he stays on top of it, and he even gets us to volunteer for things we have no idea what we're doing. So he's really good at that. But as far as the EdCamp, the experience that you have, the 25 people from New Jersey that organize it, they should be congratulated for what they do because it takes a lot of work to get this going. Thank you. And thank you for all attending.
Welcome, Sandy. And one of the things that we want to talk a little bit about today as part of the conversation is what's your favorite aspect of EdCamp? You know, there's a lot of things that happen in an EdCamp. There are a lot of people that you get to meet. You've been to a few, you've organized some. What's your favorite part of the EdCamp experience?
My favorite part of the EdCamp experience is the conversations that I have with the attendees here. The sessions are amazing because it's not primarily like a workshop or a presentation. It's more of a conversation, discussion to discuss either ed tech or different things that we're doing in education. So that's one of my favorite things. The relationships we build, the collaborative projects that have come out of this has been completely amazing, and the great friends that you make. EdCamp is no longer a conference and you don't know anyone. I met Tom Snyder at a conference, and we knew each other from Twitter before we met face to face. Sharon walked into one of my workshops all the way in Boston and realized we knew each other from SatChat, actually. So it's no longer attending a conference not knowing anyone. You actually come here knowing friends. So it's really great.
Sandra, you, next year I promise we'll have 3 different microphones. Sandy, you, I'm gonna let you brag here a little bit because I think it's important. You were an award winner, BAMI award winner this past year. So were 3 or 4 others from New Jersey, which is very special. Talk a little bit about the award that you won and what it means to your school, your district, yourself, all that good stuff.
Well, I won the BAMI, and also besides the BAMI, I also won the Center for Digital Education. I'm classified as one of the top 30 technologists, transformers for 2014. So I actually flew into Nashville, Tennessee, and picked up my award at the end of October. So as far as what it means a lot to me. I've been in education 22 years. I've been doing ed tech as the administrator for 14 years. And it's finally nice to get accolades that you're doing a good job. As far as what it means to my district, it means that, you know, I'm moving in the right direction. There's a good, you know, looking into the future, where are we going to go? What's the plans for, you know, all our budgets and our curriculum? And we in the district at Cerevel have something called the Vision 2030. So because of that, it gives them an opportunity and myself to work together to move in that type of direction. So that's what that award means. But most of all, I would like to say the award means nothing without all of you who are here and everyone who's a part of my PLN, including Brad and Scott.
Thank you. Hey, don't lump people.
Sandy, as we wind down here with your time here on SatChat Live, you want to talk about some projects you're working on, either in your personal or professional life, things that you're looking forward to in the upcoming 2015 season, so to speak.
For future, what we're primarily looking for is on some of you who know I do both the instructional and the infrastructure side of my school district. So what we're looking for is moving a lot more to the cloud, because we want to give anytime, anywhere access to any student, any educator that is in our school district. So like one of the things we're doing is we've moved all our students to Google. We're moving our teachers to Google during this year. And then we're hoping to actually start using more of Google for our format in the school district. We're also looking at Office 365 for the administrator, because there are many administrators that are still using Microsoft Word and Excel and PowerPoint. So because of that, we're moving in, trying to keep them abreast of what's going on. But the future of technology is no longer the device that's in the hands of the student or the teacher. The future of technology is the internet. It's broadband. You can't get enough broadband. We upgraded our broadband in order to participate for the park. And the first thing I did in proposing my 2015 budget was, can we get more broadband? Everybody thought I was crazy, but that's the point. More broadband, more Wi-Fi, and the device, I don't care what the device is in the user's hand, we just need to get them onto the system. So that's how I look for the future.
Thank you, Sandy, for coming on. We're gonna invite our next guest up here. Another BAMI Award winner, middle school teacher from South Orange, Melissa Butler. How you doing, Melissa? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a 6th grade language arts teacher in South Orange, New Jersey.
That's it?
Yeah. I'm
Come
a
on,
little
you're
tired.
more than that, Melissa.
What did you do this past summer?
What did I do this past summer? I also work part-time for Teachers College as a professional staff developer. So I work around the country training administration and teachers on how to implement Readers and Writers Workshop. And I'm a Edmodo certified trainer and Google educator.
So that's pretty cool, Melissa, that you're Edmodo certified trainer. And yeah, thank you for joining us here on SatChat Live for a few moments. You yourself, as Sandy, is a BAMI Award winner, and we'll talk about that a little bit. So with the Edmodo piece, what is Edmodo, and how do you try to help educators understand the importance of it in the school setting?
The best way of describing Edmodo is it's an anywhere, anytime social media platform for education. And the way that I always describe it to my parents is it's basically Facebook for education with one big difference. The kids can't direct message one another, but it's changed my classroom tremendously. People always ask, what platforms do you use the most? Edmodo is my hub of my classroom, and it's allowed my classroom to go paperless. So as a language arts teacher, we don't use any paper in my room. The only paper that's used are my anchor charts to anchor my lessons.
That's awesome, Rosa.
Melissa, every day there's a lot of lessons that are learned by the people who attend and the people that hold sessions. And you've been to a number of them. What's the best lesson that you've learned attending an ed camp?
This past spring, I went to Ed Camp Philly, and I never heard of Boxer, and that was presented in the spring, and it really made me, because right now I'm studying to become a future administrator, and it allowed me to see the angle that Boxer, which is like a walkie-talkie where I could leave feedback as a future administrator to my teachers as I leave their classroom after I've had a chance to observe them. I also use it with my PLN, so that's probably my most recent. There's so many things that you learn at Ed Camp, it's hard to answer with what's your best thing, because I think at every session I take something away with it. It might not be a new platform that I learn, but it might be a new lesson I take away, or a new way of breathing life into my lessons. But that's the most recent thing that I took from an Ed Camp.
That's awesome, Melissa. And now you're a BAMI Award winner, I believe, for middle school teacher of the year. That's pretty special. So, and like I said before, there's 3 or 4 other New Jersey educators that won the BAMI Award. And the BAMI Awards are a nationwide, worldwide awards given out to various educators from all walks of life and recognizing the great work that they've done. What does this mean to you to be recognized as one of the best educators in your field?
I felt honored, and I remember that I didn't realize that I had won, and my husband was sitting there, but the biggest thing that I can say is I couldn't have done it without my students, first of all. I couldn't have done it with the collaboration that I had with Alyssa Malaspina, because she pushed me in a direction. I work in a school district that you don't take a lot of risk, and I mean, she left me now, but we won't talk about that.
You're better
but
off.
when she was in the building, she was always willing to take risk. I would come to her and say, with the debate, I think we should go virtual with the debates, and she was always willing to go there with me. So to receive the award, I felt honored, but I couldn't have done it without my students, because they took those risks with me on a daily basis. I couldn't have done it without Alyssa, because she was willing to go there and take that risk. And I couldn't have done it without my PLN. my virtual debate, sending tweets out, asking if anyone's interested. If you don't have that PLN that's willing to take the risk with you, you can't be the best teacher that you can be. And the BAMIs are very special to me in the fact that I feel that all educators should be honored on a daily basis. And yes, I won the Middle School Teacher of the Year, but I think all middle school teachers should be honored daily.
Well, thank you, Melissa, for your time.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you.
We are now going to bring up the second time in less than a month onto the live stat chat, Alyssa Malaspina, who's also a 2014 BAMI Award winner.
Yeah, Melissa, Alyssa, the ratings go up when we bring you on, so that's why.
I know, that's why you called me. It was like, oh, I gotta bring ratings up.
So Alyssa, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, where you're from.
Okay. I am Alyssa Malaspina. I am I guess you've already said, 2014 BAMI Award winner for the school librarian category. I am now the supervisor of technology and librarians and 612 STEAM for the Parsippany Troy Hill School District. So I do a little bit of everything.
That's great. Now, Alyssa, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
We have close to 50 people watching us online
Hi,
via
15.
Google Hangout. We have over 100 people here at 7:58 in the morning on a Saturday here at EdCamp, New Jersey, watching SatChat Live. We're expecting close to 500 people, if not more, here at EdCamp, New Jersey today. And we're going to do a selfie right now, Alyssa. So,
Oh, we're doing a selfie? Come on, wait. Do a
What are you
selfie
doing?
with Rocco. Come on, Rocco.
You're making it up,
Where's
son.
your phone? Rocco can't work his phone.
Other way. Thanks for disrupting our show.
He doesn't know how to work his phone. He can't
He
work his phone.
Please put our show behind 5 minutes. Did it work?
A little bit.
So
Rocco can't work his phone.
we just, the next question went out. Let's do it again. The selfie.
The selfie we're gonna have to do again because
Yes.
Rocco can't work his phone.
It's Android.
See, that's why you have an iPhone, Rocco.
The next question is going to come out here in a moment, Alyssa.
Yes.
And I know you're not in the classroom anymore as a teacher.
Let's not talk about that. I'm very sad about
You're
that.
very sad. You're crying. But you've attended many ed camps over the years.
Yes.
How did that change what you did in the classroom and what you're doing now as a school leader?
So it did a lot to change what I did as I'm doing as a school leader and also what I did in the classroom. It allowed the idea of choice. Choice became very important to me, to allow choice in what students do and also what we as educators do. So the first PD day that I did with my staff last year, we sort of took the Ed Camp model, and I didn't do this with all my staff, but with a good amount. We took the Ed Camp model and we had a number of choices that they could attend to learn about different things. And the feedback we got was very good, that it was, they liked it because they had the ability to choose different topics and go to different things. We didn't go full Ed Camp because they weren't there yet, but they will be. But at this point, we wanted to offer as much PD differentiated instruction as possible to my staff.
Great.
Now, Alyssa, I heard that you're also writing a book. You want to tell us a little bit about what you're writing?
I mean, I'm not a promoter like, the Curry over here.
Promote. And when you're done,
Wait,
promote.
Curry wrote a book?
Wait, he wrote a book.
That's Mr. Curry.
I am in the process of about a chapter into a book on using augmented reality in education. So I'm always looking for people because this book is more about highlighting what educators are doing with this. It's not me talking about, my philosophies as much on it. I want to highlight people that are using augmented reality in their classrooms. So if anybody is using augmented reality in their classroom, using it in fun, cool ways, please let me know because I want to highlight what you're doing in there.
So you're in a new position now, and you went from the classroom into a supervisory role. Talk about some of the interests that you have in helping teachers implement more technology into the classrooms and helping students to become more tech savvy.
Look at Jay.
Hi, Jay. Okay, getting back to that question, because, you know, Jay knows how to take a picture, unlike Scott Rocco. So,
I think Go Crickets, Joe Sanfilippo just called out Scott Rocco.
oh, good. Hi, Joe. Hi, my friend, who is at the White House, hanging at the White House this week. So, getting back to your question, which I think I've somewhat forgotten, but I basically remember what you were talking about, which is the idea that one of the parts of my job that I do really love is that I am in charge of technology PD for the district. So I'm always looking for ways to work with teachers to help implement technology, be it me going into the classroom and working with them one-to-one, or, you know, offering different types of PD. I'm really excited about some of the choices that we have coming up in our district. We're going to do a lot of blended learning, but we're also going to do a lot of online, on-demand, anytime PD for them, because I really feel that that's sort of the way things are going. And, you know, teachers can't always, they have lives outside of school. I know most people don't realize that. So, you know, making them stay after to do PD at 4 o'clock doesn't work. We all know that. So if I offer up classes to them where they can take, you know, a Google Ed class on their own time for PD credit, I feel like that's a good way to sort of move things. And that's how I'm moving.
So as we wind down here with your time on SatChat Live, Alyssa,
Right.
what are you looking forward to today at EdCamp New Jersey?
I'm looking forward to, I mean, I love being able to connect with all my PLN, and it's so nice to have so many of them here to see in person that I always see online all the time. Especially my dear friend Paula, who, you know, we don't get to see her too often. So I see her, I know I need to come to New Orleans, but I'm gonna, you know, to be able to hang out with my friends, and I'm actually really excited to check out the makerspace area, because that's something I'm really interested in.
Thank you, Alyssa, for your time.
Thanks, Alyssa.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Alyssa.
Thank you.
We are now bringing up our mystery guest, 2013 Baby Award winner, Elementary Principal of the Year, Corwin Author, an all-around awesome guy, Tony Sinai. I was delayed so you could finish saying hi to people. I was delayed so you could say hi.
How are you?
Good. How you doing, Tony?
How you doing? I'm good. I'm good. We're ready to go. I'm excited I made it on time. Brad was very specific. I had to be here on time.
Oh, get out.
Did he let you know that he was going to get an autographed copy of his book too? When he came on time.
Do I get it? Wait. Is he gonna? Do I get to autograph it too? Like, can we autograph it together?
I'll autograph
yours. Yeah.
So Tony, tell us a little bit about yourself,
Okay.
about what you do in your school, because I know you're doing amazing things about branding your school district.
Okay, sure. So I am in the 7th year as lead learner at Cantiague Elementary School, which is in Jericho, New York. It's a suburb of New York City. And it's an elementary school with about 400 kids. It's a K-5 building. And so as Billy just pointed out, I spent a lot of time doing this whole branding piece. And look, I'm wearing my Cantiague sweatshirt, hashtag Cantiague, and there's a symbol on the back. The logo that's on the back of my shirt are kids' design. So we had a school logo contest. And so we talked a lot about telling our story and the importance of giving voice to our kids and to our staff and our community, so that there's a high level of transparency and a clear understanding of not only what we do, but why we do it and how we do it. Also talk a lot about what we stand for and what we believe in terms of our work as educators. So yeah.
That's great. Now,
Tony, You just wrote a book with
Yes.
some guy, I forget his name. I don't even remember his name. I know you wrote all the book.
He likes
The entire-
he likes crickets.
Yeah.
He's a cricket guy.
I heard he was down in DC. He told President Obama that he wrote the book.
He did. Yeah. I let him put his name on it.
That's it. So tell us a little bit about your book that just came out
Yes.
and what it means to education and to everything in general.
All right. So his name is Joe Sanfilippo. We have to give him a shout out. I mean, chances are he's not listening right now, but Ed Camp, New Jersey was the catalyst for that book, really, because Joe and I met here at Ed Camp, New Jersey last year, and we did a session together. It was his idea, and he wanted to talk about branding, and it was something I never had really thought about, even though we were doing it. And so we did that session together, and from there it evolved into a podcast or a radio show on the BAM network. We do Brand Ed, and that turned into a book. Peter DeWitt reached out to us and thought it was something that would be worthwhile to other educators. So as you know, and being part of the series, it was really intended to be like a handbook, a resource kind of piece. And so Joe and I wrote it all. Joe is the superintendent in Wisconsin. He is a future ready superintendent because he was just in DC and representing educators and giving voice to some really important things, which proud of him. Go Joe, go Crickets. And we wrote the entire book on a Google Doc because we were not physically in the same space until a year later. So it was a really amazing experience. And in the book, which is called The Power of Branding, there's a subtitle, The Importance of Tone. I don't remember. Okay, anyway, Power of Branding. We basically offer a step-by-step guide on how to brand your school and the different resources you could use, and a lot of digital resources as well.
Tony, from your book and from the things that you've learned and the things you're doing in your school right now, what's one thing you would tell every educator to do that could start setting the stage for branding either their classroom or their school or their school district?
Okay, sure. That's a great question. I knew you were going to ask.
He asked the hard questions.
He asked the hard ones because he's like, no, okay, so here's the deal. In order to start branding your school and kind of think about the foundation of that piece, and I touched on it a moment ago, you have to really be clear on what you stand for and what you believe in. So when we talk about what you believe in, I sort of think of that philosophical one sentence, like what do you believe in as an educator? And then what do you stand for? What are the non-negotiables that have to be in place structurally to support that belief, right? And not only do you have to be able to verbalize that, but your entire community, your kids, your staff, and your families need to at least be aligned in what they think you stand for and believe in. Because if you don't have that sort of continuity across the constituent groups, you're not going to be effectively telling your story, because then there'll be different stories being told, right? So that idea of what you stand for and what you believe in has to be at the core.
Tony, as we wind down your time here on Sat Chat Live, you have close to 60 people watching us live online. We have over 150 people already in attendance here at Ed Camp, New Jersey. It's been a very, so far, a special day, and will continue to be that. What are you looking forward to today here at Ed Camp, New Jersey?
Well,
Any
really,
session on Brad Curry?
I was just looking forward to seeing you, but no. I do want to say two things for real. So some of you may know that I'm in the process of writing a dissertation as part of a doctoral program at Penn, and my study looked at how principals are using Twitter for their professional development. And the three of you should know that the Sat Chat team and the Sat Chat was referenced probably by 3 or 4 of the participants as a catalyst for their own professional development. So kudos to you guys, and thank you for providing that context for people to learn. And it was so great to see that come up in multiple conversations. So because of you guys, I mean, who gets to hang with the Sat Chat group? Although Scott should have taken me to Alaska, just saying. And I get to
I didn't selfie in Alaska.
No selfies in Alaska with the reindeer and Arctic snow. So, and I get to see all the awesome educators and have conversations with people, and what's better than having a chance to talk about pedagogy with people who are passionate about what they're doing. So I'm excited to be
How'd the Mets do this year?
The Mets did just as well as the professional team here in New Jersey. Oh wait, you don't have a professional baseball team here in New Jersey.
They did better than the Phillies, though.
Better than the Phillies. Yeah.
Thanks, Tim.
Shout out to my friend Felix who's here with me today, driving me here to participate in at Camp New Jersey.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you. Thank you. You guys, thank you.
Now, we're gonna bring up our next guest, a New Jersey administrator, also a book author, Dr. Spike Cook. Steve, we might call you up next.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Gentlemen, how we
Dr.
doing?
Cook,
Good to see you.
how's it going, Spike?
It's going great. I think Santilli was ready to come up here, so we had to like kind of wrestle, and I think he's coming next.
You're
So.
farther north in South Jersey, so we brought you.
Did you bring your passport with you?
I did. You know, once you get above the Mason-Dixon line in New Jersey, as a person from South Jersey, you have to have some sort of identification. And I showed my EdCam card today.
Spike, I thank you for joining us here. I believe, looking at question 5, Billy.
I think so.
Yeah, so this is Sat Chat Live in EdCamp, New Jersey. We are not only live here at EdCamp, New Jersey, we have a Twitter discussion going on using the hashtag SatChat, looking at the power of hashtags. We are on question 5, looking at what are the challenges that people, for people that attend an EdCamp. So that's an interesting question. But Spike, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, some of the things you're working on, and all that good stuff.
Thanks, guys. My name is Spike Cook. I'm a principal down in South Jersey, in Millville, New Jersey, the R.M. Bacon Elementary School, home of the Bacon Bears. And I've been there for about 3.5 years. It's been an awesome experience. We're doing a lot of great things for kids down there. Yeah, just love this EdCamp opportunity to learn with everybody throughout the state and all the visitors that have come and are going to hang out with us today.
Scott, you got the next one?
Spike, in your role as principal, what are some of the things that you're doing with your students and your staff to integrate technology and make it part of the everyday learning environment? You know, even though it's a popular topic, a lot of people are struggling with that on a daily basis.
That's a great question, Scott. One of the things that we do, and I learned it from attending my first Ed Camp with Kevin Jarrett at the PAC Camp down in South Jersey, was the unconference style of PD. So quickly after that, I was able to start our Tech Fridays, which are free, unconference, unprofessional development, and completely voluntary for our teachers. And we have between 50 and 60% of our teachers attend those. We usually do it, 2 to 3 times a month, depending on what the interest is. The other thing is during those times, we like to highlight different techniques that are helping teachers to get to that aspect of learning that they might not otherwise get to, because it's not just necessarily about the tools, it's more about the learning. The other thing is having students involved in that. We've had student-led professional development sessions, first graders teaching different aspects of smartboard, interactive whiteboards. So that's really helpful because it takes that anxiety from the teachers who, maybe on the other side of the digital divide, that they can see if a first grader can do it. The other thing is just encouraging teachers to take those risks, take those chances. And I would say as a school leader, I try to model what I want my teachers to do. So I'm constantly learning, connecting with awesome people throughout Twitter, and attending events like this so that I can further my learning and show them that, you're never done learning.
Good, thank you.
Spike, you recently wrote a book for Core Press titled, I believe, Connected Leadership. It's just a click away. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, All Hands on Deck was taken, so they told me that I had to come up with a different title.
Good one, well played, well played.
Thank you. And then I also put in for branding your school, and they said that was already taken. So I ended up with Connected Leadership. It's a click away. And basically what this is all about is just, it's a quick guide to help the school leader, the classroom leader to, describe and give some insights into how they can utilize social media to not only tell their story, but to improve themselves as leaders and to build that capacity for teacher leadership, parent leadership in the schools. So that just came out along with the other books. Very excited about that. It's opened up a lot of doors for me. And I'm also working on a new book for Corwin about isolation in leadership. So I'm feeling very isolated lately.
Hey Spike, as we wind down your time here on Sat Chat Live from EdCamp, New Jersey, what are you looking forward to today, and what do EdCamps mean to you?
Well, I like that there are no titles here. There's no experts other than the room. So I'm looking forward to maybe leading some discussions, but also being part of discussions and learning some techniques, some things that I can take back to Bacon Elementary School, or just help out my PLN on Twitter so that they can learn with us. So I'm just here to learn, and I appreciate the work that you guys are doing. Let's give the Sat Chat crew a round of applause.
Thank you, Dr. Cook, for coming up. Appreciate it. Our next guest, before the announcement from the EdCamp Foundation with huge breaking news, is Steve. Where's Steve? Santilli. I was looking for him. I didn't see him over there.
There he is.
There he is.
He's incognito.
Otherwise known as Mike.
Yeah. Listen, I come there and get, look at this. He already got one. There you go. I already got one. That's going to be our new rule.
That's got to bear gifts. See, Spike got on before me because he's published, but I come with gifts.
That's the way to go. We'll book you for the next one.
There you go. Anytime.
So Steve, tell us a little bit about yourself, buddy.
Well, I'm a lead learner at the William Davies Middle School, so hashtag We Are Davies in South Jersey, Mays Landing, New Jersey. I've been there for about 4 years as lead learner and 4 years prior to that as a vice principal, and have spent well over a decade in education in general. So.
That's great, Steve, and I know you and I, even though we're in different states, we connect all the time. And we see each other at different conferences and things. You're doing some great work. You recently won a Bandy Award for Middle Level Leader, so congratulations on that. What are some of the awesome things that you're doing in your middle school?
Well, a couple of things that we try to do is embed the unconference model in our school. So for instance, we have a lot of state initiatives, as you know, so we get those over with if it's dyslexia, SGOs, SGPs. However, we always try to build in the same type of model that's here at the EdCamp into our school. So that way the power is with the teachers. It's a hybrid model, so the sessions are set up ahead of time. However, they get to pick and choose whether it's an hour, 2 hours, we squeeze that in. We've also tried to do things very similar to what Spike has done in his school, where we have Tech Tip Tuesdays, for instance, and then after school, the sessions are set up. They, again, get to pick and choose. We started to change it up. Instead of just technology-based, we started to do teacher-to-teacher Tuesdays, so that way they don't have to feel the need to use technology. If they want to talk about learning goals and scales or tracking student progress, things like that, they can also do that after school and pick and choose what sessions are meaningful to them. So those are some powerful things that allow teachers to own the learning.
That's great, Steve.
Steve, talk to us about one thing that you put in place that is innovative and you think is helping teachers and helping students learn that's technology-based.
In terms of technology, I think this year our biggest shift has been the Google Apps for Education. So that shift, and we started last year with a pilot, so we created a domain in our school. Now this year we started to shift. We've been a one-to-one technology-driven school for probably 5 years now. However, we had to create a shift. So as a Talent 21 school, we had netbooks for quite a long time, and now we end up having to shift to Chromebooks. So we're moving away from one-to-one, and now we have that Google Apps for Ed piece. We have BYOD this year. All of those things allows for choice, not just for teachers, but also students. And one other thing that was really powerful, last week we had our first parent camp, because now we're trying to do things like that to bring the parents in, and not just for our district, but we had Parent Camp South Jersey. So that was really neat to see. We had probably over 100 parents and educators there participating in a variety of sessions. So.
Steve, as we wind down our time here on SatChat Live, what are you looking forward to today here at EdCamp New Jersey?
Well, now that I see all these Corwin authors, I kind of should have brought my books to get signed, but I guess I could do that anytime. But no, I think really what it comes down to, in all seriousness, is that it's really just learning from each other, and you know, that's really what's powerful. Being able to not just share maybe some things that myself and some others want to get together and share, but really getting into some other sessions and bringing back some ideas to my school. Because that's really what that's really how we share and learn. So.
Awesome. Thank you. Watch on the wire. Steve, we thank you for joining us, man. Good seeing you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have about 10 minutes left here on SatChat Live, here in person and on Twitter. And we have 70 people watching us online. We have over 150 people here in the audience already, and the doors haven't even officially opened for EdCamp New Jersey yet. So just some dedicated educators. We have hundreds and hundreds of people on Twitter using the hashtag SatChat. And we're now going to bring up Kevin Jarrett and Hadley Ferguson, two people, to the EdCamp founders, and with a very special announcement. And we'll have a little chat here with these wonderful people, because this is where it all started a few years ago, and why we're here today. And without further ado, Billy, I'll hand it to you.
Done.
Kevin, I remember a conversation we had a couple of years ago at New Jersey Teacher Convention. You go to me, come to an EdCamp. I go, what's an EdCamp? Ever since then, I've been hooked. So glad that you're here on SatChat Live to make this announcement. And I turn it over to you.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Billy, Brad, Scott, and everybody coming out today to this fabulous event. It's been wonderful to be here for 3 years, and glad to be here with Hadley. If you'll forgive me, I'm going to read something because this is too important, and I don't want to mess it up. And I'm not really good at this, so thanks for bearing with me. Before I begin, I'd like to remind everybody it was almost exactly 5 years ago to the day that 11 educators, Nikolai Barada, Dan Callahan, Hadley Ferguson, Mary Beth Ertz, myself, Ann Leonis, Mike Ritzius, Chrissy Miles, Rob Rowe, Kim Civic, Kristen Swanson, experienced an unconference called Bar Camp Philly. And while there, had a massive collective epiphany. We knew we had to find a way to bring the participant-driven unconference model to teacher professional development. And with that, EdCamp was born. The world's first EdCamp was held in Philadelphia in May of 2010, as most of you know. 5 years and literally hundreds of events around the world later, EdCamps didn't just grow, they exploded. The way thousands of educators perceived and received their personal professional development. That explosive growth also convinced us that it was time to get organized and support the movement. And so we formed the EdCamp Foundation and earned our nonprofit status. Shortly after that, we created the Foundation Partner Program, a dedicated team of passionate volunteers committed to supporting EdCamps worldwide. To be sure, all the growth we've seen is great, but it can be dangerous. Just ask any startup that grew too fast and failed. Sustainable growth is the key. Supporting an ever-expanding global universe of EdCamps and administering the day-to-day operations of the foundations made a bunch of very busy people, even busier. Soon it became clear that for the moment to reach its full potential on a global scale, we needed to do something big, really, really big. something to ensure the movement would have the support it would need to operate at scale, a nationwide scale, a truly global scale. Which leads us to today. Just moments ago on our blog at edcamp.org, we announced that Hadley Ferguson, who I'm proud to say is here with us today, has been named Executive Director of the EdCamp Foundation. That's right. Get this, she has resigned from her teaching position to work on EdCamp full time.
Yes.
Hello. Wrap your head around that for a moment. This award-winning educator is about to devote 100% of her professional life to furthering the growth of the EdCamp movement. How awesome is that?
Woo!
Hadley will be overseeing many exciting new initiatives, the details of which will be announced as they develop. The bottom line is Hadley expects to be focusing on support for EdCamps nationally, fundraising, and collecting data on the impact of the movement. It's all about you and educators like you, your passion for participant-directed professional development, and your desire to improve your professional practice, ultimately helping your students learn. We are EdCamp. We build and support a community of empowered learners. And now, I proudly present to you, for the first time in a public place, Hadley Ferguson, Executive Director of the EdCamp Foundation.
Thank you, Kevin. This is a very, very exciting day for me, but even more, I think, for all the people around the world who have given of their hearts and minds and time to make EdCamp what it has become. As the organizers of EdCamp New Jersey said, it takes a year. It's a lot of volunteer hours that have gone into making this movement occur. And my goal moving forward is to just support that, to make it easier for the organizers to build out whatever EdCamp can become. We don't want it to change, we just want it to stay stable. We want it to be the best it can be. So I just want to encourage you, follow me on Twitter, get in touch with me. It's @HadleyJF. You can reach me at the foundation at hadley@edcamp.org. That's my email now. And share your stories with me. What are the best things that have happened to you at EdCamp, and what do you see as the challenges moving forward, so that I can really be in touch with you and support all that you're doing. And basically, I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you from all of the foundation board, because it's about you. It never would have happened by the handful of us. It only happened because you were all passionate about what happens in your classrooms, and you are willing to give up time to make it better. So be in touch, and just thank you so much for all you've done already.
Hadley, on behalf of StatChat in Camp New Jersey, we want to congratulate you on this wonderful honor and the fact that this has been such a meaningful experience for so many of us over the last couple of years. It's great to have somebody there at home who now will direct us nationally and hopefully internationally, so that every educator, no matter where they're at, will have an opportunity to participate and learn from an EdCamp. So thank you, congratulations, and good luck. Thank you to everybody in the audience today for a great StatChat. Thank you to those of you on Google Hangout. Hopefully you'll join us next Saturday. Let's get EdCamp started.